YouTube, and now
I don't see it yet.
Uh,
Oh, there it is.
on YouTube. And we're streaming. And we're streaming in chat. All right. Can everyone see the screen? I know
I
we're
can see the screen.
I know we're fishing. All right. So,
Holy
for
shit.
anybody
Chat
who
and you.
wants to friend me, here's my gamer card. This is a class on settings. Yay. I know settings can be boring, right? Some of you might understand the settings, but other people might not understand the settings. So I actually went through the trouble of busting out my Switch and my phone to make sure like I captured as much nuance as I can between the two types of devices. All right. So, what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna start from the bottom up, right? Because there's a lot of easy stuff we can get through. The the big stuff is under the top three: system settings, controls, and battle info. With controls having the most impact on what you're gonna do in the game. Right. So we're gonna save the best for last, so we can go through this. Right. So I can't really see the Discord. So if you guys have questions and you're typing in them, sorry. Just wait till I'm done with something, and then just pop on the mic and ask. It's fine. This is a for us class, so I don't mind. All right. So this is on mobile, right? If you play on your Switch, you won't see this data download thing. You just won't see it because you can't download. The way the Switch downloads data is automatic. You don't get a choice in the matter. If you're on your phone and you want to just start playing and you don't want to like auto download stuff like right away, you just want to get to playing, you actually have some choices, right? So you can choose to download updates in the background while you're playing, but that'll create lag. So usually I keep it off and just let it download when I'm not playing. Um, there's also a little icon that'll be in the on the home screen that'll show you that you're downloading things while you're playing. You can keep that on or just turn it off, right? That's whatever. Now, I go straight to account settings because if you play on a Switch, this is your last one, right? And if you notice, you can link your account from the Switch to your Nintendo account and your Pokemon Trainer Club, which I'll call PTC from here on out, right? Um, that's all you get. This is also a great place to find your support ID. If you're ever registering for a tournament and you don't know where your support ID is, here it is, right here in account settings, right there on the bottom. Now, if you're playing on the phone, not only can you copy your support ID, but you can also link your account to Facebook and Google if you want to. So you get more options on the phone. For those of you who play on the Switch, you only get this, right? So I don't play on the Switch. I don't have gaming hands. I'm not a gamer. I just play this game a ton, and I've got almost 10,000 games on the phone. I'm not switching to Switch. Or Switch 2. Doesn't matter. I'm not doing it. But it is nice that you can change whatever the heck your buttons do, other than if you see something in light blue, you can't change it, right? Like your L, your left stick is always going to be movement. Your right stick is always going to be targeting. That's it. Like you can't change that. B is always going to be canceling moves. However, you can change where your primary moves are. If you want to put your basic attacks on your top rocker buttons, whatever, you can do whatever you want. For those of you who play on the Switch, do any of you change your default buttons, or do any of you like to change your buttons, or do you just keep them default?
I always have default. I haven't changed a single thing.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm thinking about doing it now. I didn't realize you could.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna remap everything just for the fun of it.
I like how the default is, because you can, like, there's the Y and B being right next to each other is really helpful, especially if you're running eject, because you can hold eject and then cancel it right away. Aside from that, there's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you need to worry about.
Yeah.
When it comes
I think
to
I would rather actually
button.
quick
It's
chat
just
being
buttons.
moved.
Because most everything that's important is in your bumpers and triggers.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, if I was playing, I would change my auto attack to L instead of view map. It just seems like I wouldn't want to stop aiming so I could press a button.
Yeah, that's the
Most pro
exact change
controllers have
I'm
a back
thinking about
button on the back,
making.
though.
Say again.
View map
Most
though,
pro controllers use have a button on the back
Yeah.
that you can map to whatever.
Hmm.
That's what I use.
view map is very important though. I like panning. I pan very constantly. Like I'm pushing the button, going back, pushing the button, going back. And my back paddles, as you were just saying, my back paddles are programmed to my arrow buttons
Mm.
so that I can learn moves.
Okay. Yeah, and I know there's different ways to learn moves. I found that out when I was going through this. We'll get to that when we get there. No, I
Yeah,
literally just
you'll get there
wondering,
later.
literally just wondering if anybody does it, because I mean, usually they put a lot of thought into these things, like where the buttons go. Some games don't, but most games do. So I was just wondering.
I like how the default is.
Yeah. Okay. So here's one I love. Right. In the privacy settings, and there's a lot of privacy settings that we're gonna go over. Your online status. Right. You don't need to let people know you're online. While I was doing this, I was in temporarily invisible so that I could get this done and take some screenshots, and people wouldn't be inviting me to games while I'm trying to do something. Right? There's always a good reason why you might want to go temporarily invisible, or you might want to just play for like when the new season starts. You just want to solo queue your way to the top, whatever, and just go always invisible. Right? But this is where you do that. Right? The next mode allows spectating, right? You can make it so that other people can spectate you, right? If you didn't know this, like, and if you don't change this to off, other people can just find you and watch your games, and there's going to be a 2-minute lag between your game and that game, so people can't like stream snipe you and see what you're doing, right? But I literally went to the spectate thing while I was doing this, and there's Daffy and Illusion that started a game 6 minutes ago, and Eevee. They're all playing, and I could have spectated them if I want. So you can spectate your friends, and you can spectate some of the top ranked players. So if you want, I remember probably like 2 years ago, I was running on the treadmill every day, and I'd take my phone and I would just look for pro Mew players because I really wanted to learn Mew, and I was just watching them while I was running. That's all I would do. So. But if you don't want people to spectate you, turn it off. So after the spectating, there's this weird thing on the Switch only. It's called invite friends from your Nintendo account, right? You will allow I don't know exactly how it works. The internet says other people who are friends with you through your Nintendo account. You can see them on here, but you're not necessarily friends unless you add them like you would traditionally do in the game, but you can still see them. I don't know, it's weird. But this invite friends thing is only on the Switch, right? And then for the rest of privacy settings, it's all the same for both versions, right? Becoming anonymous is let's see. Where is it? Hide lobby. Yeah, become anonymous. Hide your player name during the match, like when you're running around, but it doesn't hide your name before and after, or if you look at stats, like you're not anonymous. It's just while you're running around. It's really weird. Decline invitations from those not on your friends list. I don't know if you've ever had it where you're just playing solo queue or a duo or a trio, and some rando that you either played with or played against like tries to invite you into a lobby. If you don't want them to do that, turn this on to decline invitations. Don't turn it off. Turn it on to decline invitations, because that's what it's telling you to do, right? Hide trainer info, right? So hiding trainer info is for when you're in a lobby and somebody tries to look at your profile, right? So here's two versions, right? So I'm playing with Illusion, and I can see their trainer info. Like, I click on it, it's like, oh, I can see their trainer info, and like I literally see their contact card. When I'm playing with my 5-year-old, because I shut his off, I can't see it. That's what you'll get. It's set to private and can't be displayed. So this is where you would do that, and the hide trainer info, right? Hide lobby ID. If you are streaming and you don't want people jumping into your lobby, you can actually hide the lobby ID from your game. Like, it just won't show.
I use this. It works very well.
Yeah. So that's good. And then friendship points. I don't think anyone really cares about this, but between you and the people that you play with, you get friendship points. It doesn't do anything, but you can show them or not show them. Whatever. All right. So, also, the last thing in privacy settings, which you can't see here, right? It's a thing called data tracking, and again, this is only on mobile. So if you play on Switch, you won't see this, right? But this is where you can opt in. If your game has issues or whatnot, it'll send data to the Pokemon Unite people so they can fix the bugs. This is a trust issue, whether you trust them to do what they want with the information or not. I choose to do it. I don't care. But if you're playing on mobile, just know that if this data tracking is on, it will send information. If it's off, it shouldn't. But again, trust issue. All right, now up to audio. Right, audio is very basic. Right, the BGM, that is the music, the background music, background game music. Like if you play it and it's like da na 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 na, wrong game, right? So if you don't want the music on, this is where you turn it off. Most people don't play with the music on, but they do have the sound effects on, and they do play with the announcer, so you know, like, hey, you're winning, you're losing, right? But this is the same on the Switch and mobile. It is what it is. Any questions for now? That I might be. I know I'm going a little fast because the meat and potatoes are coming. Everyone wants meat and potatoes.
I do agree with announcer volume being higher than anything else because that way you can hear like if you're winning or not, especially in the. It's very useful.
Yeah. All right. So, if you're playing Pokemon Unite, you are probably going to be playing in the solo/duo/trio queue option. Because if you don't know, there's only 2 queues in this game when it comes to ranked. There's 5-stack queues, and then there's the solo/duo/trio queue. Those are there's only 2 queues, right? A 5-stack is not going to go against a trio or whatever. It's 2 separate queues. But if you're playing with anybody who is not on your team and you don't want to get voice banned, you have to have your quick chat messages set up, right? It's the same method. I know actually doing it in the game is different on the Switch than it is on mobile, but this is where you find them, right? What I do is I think about what's most likely going to happen in a game and what my teammates need to know, right? I mostly jungle. So I say, hey, I'm headed to the top path or I'm headed to the bottom path. So they know the jungler's coming down to support, right? And in most of my games, the things that piss me off the most are like people jumping into fights when it's like a 5-on-1 or a 3-on-1 or a 5-on-2. It's like, hey, let's wait for our allies before jumping in and dying, right? Or avoid fighting the other team until leveling up because they have a level lead and we have an entire side of farm available that people could like just ignore the fighting, stop dying, let's level up so that we can come back with Unites and maybe have a better outcome on the next team fight. So, but this is where you do that, right? It's your choice what you want to put in there. There's a ton of options here. Definitely make sure that your quick chat settings are what you want them to be because you never know when just a quick note to a rando is going to be the difference between them tilting or them saying, hey, this guy I'm playing with actually cares. Let me not tilt this time. Who knows, right? But doesn't matter if you're on Switch or mobile, you only get 4 to choose from. That is it. That's what you get. You only get 4, so make them count.
Hey Mensa, you mind if I say what mine are?
Yeah.
Mine, I play mostly defender and support type characters, and so my quick chat is mostly set to calls. Like I have, let's gather at bottom path, let's gather at top path, or let's gather at center path or center area. So I'm calling these points so that people will come to where I'm at because I can't really do much on my own as a defender support. So I'm trying to get team to go to where I'm at.
Mhm.
Okay. A lot of times that doesn't work, and so I end up going to where my team is anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes it works.
Yeah.
And then for my fourth slot is let's attack wild Pokemon, which works in a few different scenarios. If we're behind in levels, we can try and get farm, or if we have so much farm up on our side of the field that we can take pretty easily. Or I consider objectives to be wild Pokemon. And
Mm.
so if there's an objective up and I want us to rip, I'll just say, let's attack wild Pokemon. And I hope and pray that they know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, usually for the objectives, I'll just go on the mini map and put a locator down. So like
Yeah.
the
But
check
sometimes we're
it
kind of
out.
clustered.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're kind of clustered there, and I'll ping somebody else instead.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually like I try to like offset that so I don't like ping somebody. But people get tilted because people get tilted. I truly believe that's a lifestyle, not a choice. So, all right. Cool. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, and a lot of times it depends on your role. Like, what's your role? What are you seeing? What are the things that you want other people to do? That's pick your four. Pick whatever four it is that you think are going to be the best for you. All right. So I am skipping over battle info and controls because they are the top two, right? But your system settings have a lot to do with the game, right? Because most of us, whether we play on the Switch or on mobile, we experience lag, we experience whatever it is, right? If you notice, this is the mobile, right? I'm running a Pixel 7. I know it's a little dated, but it works perfectly fine for the game, right? And the recommendation per the game is highest graphics quality and highest frame rate, right? If you go to the Switch... Oh no, where's the Switch? Anyways, I don't know what I did. So if you go to the Switch does not have a graphics quality setting. It is what it is. The Switch's graphics quality cannot be changed. It's the Switch's graphic quality, right? And the frame rate recommendation for the Switch is actually medium. It's not high. Now, this is one of those technical things that I really, really need people to know when it comes to your attacks and how fast your Pokemon attack. It is based on frame rate. So, if you are running a medium frame rate, I would suggest that you test it on high to see if you can get different breakpoints in your auto attacks, right? However, do not sacrifice your game's ability to do what it's supposed to do because you're trying to test that out. If it runs like crap, put it right back to medium, right? You don't want to sacrifice your ability to play the game for the possibility of it running faster, right? Test it out, make sure it works.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't think about auto attacks in regards to frame rate.
Yeah, so if you look at, I don't know if you all are familiar with the Math Chord folks. They're the ones who actually run Unite DB. They do all the calculations. They go they break the game down. They get all the all your RSB stuff when it comes to that. They have a really good chart. It's actually an Excel spreadsheet that you can download. And it's the attack speed calculator based on your Pokemon, based on the level, based on the held items, based on whether you've got an X attack running, whatever, right? And you could change all the options to see which, because your attack speed doesn't go up by a percentage. It has to make it into a bracket, and then it will attack X amount of times based on frame rates, right? So having it at medium or low frame rate might actually affect that. So, yeah. All right. So, also on here, change your language. View fashion items with trainer motions. Does anybody know what that is? Has anyone?
No bloody
I've
clue.
never tested it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't care.
I-
Fashion items are not important to me.
So, hashtag important enough where I had to look it up because I couldn't figure it out after testing it, right? So, this is where you're like doing poses in the game or whatever, and your fashion items will move with the poses or not. That's it.
Or not. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Like something more here, man.
Yeah, there's nothing more there, right? So here's a cool one, right? So still in system settings, we just scroll down a bit, right? Use simple Pokemon selection screen. Who's ever seen this? This
I've
version.
Absolutely.
seen it. I don't use it.
This
I
is
have
the
it,
simple.
and I hate it.
This is the simple, what they call the simple Pokemon selection screen. But I highlighted that little tab thingy where if you press on it, it just goes back to normal. So if you don't have it, all you got to do is click the little tab and it'll open, and click the little tab and it'll shut. That's
Wow.
If,
Truly.
that's a
if I'm remembering correctly, you can't do that on Switch, can you?
Nope. I don't think so.
do.
Then again, I don't know. I've played this game for like 8 months. Don't even look at me. Just ignore everything I say.
Honestly, I didn't see it. Usually, I was putting notes down for things. I think it's still. I think you can. Don't. Hey, if it's not there, it's not there, right?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think you can. It's just a few extra buttons instead of just one.
Yeah, but
I
if
don't
you
remember for sure.
but if you put it on, it will default to this, right? And then you can close it if you want, right?
Yeah.
If it's off, it defaults to this, and you can open it back up. So, yeah, woo, right?
One thing I'd call out with that's useful though, Mensa, that if you play on mobile, is if you really do consistently play like 6 or 7 different Pokemon and use that simple. I mean, if you switch back to that where you were showing it,
Mm-hmm.
typically you have the drop down. You'd have to click on most recent. Whereas if you start out with the simple, it's one click to be able to get to your most recent. So
Oh.
that is kind of useful.
No, that does make sense. Often used. Yeah.
Correct.
No, I
It
mean
does
that's
make it a lot easier.
yes, that's smart. Well, now you all know I'm a zero
Yeah,
player.
I used to use that often used tab all the time.
Yeah.
Now I'm more diverse with my picks, and I want to
Yeah.
pick whatever the heck I. But I
One-
used to use it all
one-
the time.
You can get too diverse for that often used. I think I'm in that boat. I've 22 Pokemon with badges, so it's too much.
Oof.
Yeah. All right. Going back, so that's the simple Pokemon vibrate. That's whether or not your device will vibrate. Display tech chat. I didn't test that to see if that meant like in the loading screen or in like when you're in game. I didn't care. Display voice chat settings. That's interesting because if you turn it off, then you'll never feel the need to yell at people and get voice banned.
Wait, people feel the need to yell at people and get voice banned?
Yeah, I mean some people do it, right? I get voice
Yes,
banned for being
some
helpful.
people do.
I always go on the mic to be helpful, and I still get voice banned. Like yeah. Sometimes I don't, but
For my part, I can barely ever understand anybody who's on the game voice chat. Like, it's just
Yeah, because you need
almost
you need a
impossible for me to
specific-
make out the words.
You need a specific input in order to do it, and most of the inputs that people have on hand that fit the Switch are awful quality.
yeah, I play on the phone.
Yeah, and
so,
also I'm not listening on my audio for the game. I'm not
Yeah.
listening for callouts at this point. I'm like, I put the sound on and not the music just for the like announcer basically.
oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't want the other people talking to me
right. Then on the
unless I'm in Discord.
yeah, but one of the important ones, the display network latency info. That one's important because I was literally watching Turk and some of them play games earlier, just on the side while I was building this class,
Oh,
and I see Turk in the orange, right?
Oh, sweet God. Oh, I can't believe I clicked that button.
Yeah. So always keep your network latency info on so that you know, hey, is it the game that's lagging or is it me that's lagging, right? And that's an important thing to know because if it's you that's lagging during the game, it's not going to get better during the game. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like if you're already lagging when the game starts, the connection will not auto fix itself in the middle of the game. If you start the game and you're orange, you're staying orange. If you start the game and you're yellow, you're staying yellow.
So what do you do?
You pick a Pokemon that's better at delayed inputs.
Okay.
You play Pikachu.
You play Pikachu. No,
Nice.
I was literally gonna say Espeon.
No,
Yeah.
Pikachu Supreme.
Play some brain dead stuff like the one shot
One shot A9.
no, what's the new one? God.
Latias?
Yeah,
Latios?
Latios. Yeah, one shot Latios. Don't play the meteor one, just play the one shot. Yeah.
Just
fair.
Dragonfly.
If you know you're going to be lagging. Okay.
If you know you're lagging, pick something that's brain dead and doesn't require a lot of don't pick a
A
speedster.
lot of, yeah.
Don't pick a speedster.
Don't
There
pick
you
a
go.
speedster.
Don't pick Mew. Don't pick
Don't be a loser.
Aegislash.
Yeah.
I usually play Slowbro anyway, so actually Slowbro works really well with just being a little slow.
Don't pick Sableye.
There you go. Don't ever pick Sableye. How about that? Anyways,
Fair enough.
shots fired. Yeah.
Oh my god, Nate.
Yeah.
How you feel up against these allegations?
So, all right, moving on. We've got the end of system settings, right? There is colorblind support. I keep it on because your colors are slightly more vibrant. I am not colorblind by any means, but it looks slightly better. I will admit. I checked them both. It's a slight difference, but it's noticeable, right? And this is also where you can reset everything back to default if you ever want to see all the things you said. If you ever want to review
real
the
quick.
things you said yes to that you didn't read, here they are.
Mm.
Real quick.
You want to read them?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I've read. Okay.
For real quick, for the colorblind support, me personally, I tried it myself a while ago just to see how it worked, and I found it harder to see the colors
Really?
when I turned it on. Yeah.
Gotcha. So your mileage may vary.
Yes, mileage may vary, right? So if you're not colorblind, you get an option. If you are, turn it on.
I just turned it on.
No
Hey.
option.
There's, I wouldn't do it. That'd be like the Bills and Jets playing that one year. Don't do it. All right. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. It's fine. All right.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I didn't
But-
hear you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, one
What-
year the
what football
Bills
team?
when the Bills and Jets played each other and they had their color rush uniform, the Bills were in all red and the Jets were in all green, so the colorblind people said, "Why is everybody green?"
Oh, hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so from system settings, we're gonna go over to battle info, right? So battle info, right? Now we're getting more into the nitty gritty, more into the things that are going to make a lot of. It's gonna make the game better-ish, right? So, not the first one, right? Hiding other players' trainer names once matchmaking is complete. No, you want to know who you're banning. You want to know who you're
wanna know who
banning.
you're targeting.
You want to know who
Yes.
you're putting that little red X on. So showing your trainer name above your HP gauge. Do you want people to see you or not? I don't care. Let them know. That's me. That's up to you,
So if I
right?
turn it off,
I
they'll
see no
melt away.
reason not to have it on.
Yeah, during the game, people won't see your name above your HP gauge. So that's on you. All right, here's one, right? We are StrawHats. We should always never surrender unless the game is like 10 seconds left, you're all dead, none of you can respawn in time. It's like, okay, there's literally 0% chance of winning. Actual zero. Whoops. Shit, what just happened. Right? So
I'm getting old.
I keep it off because I want to know if people are doing stuff. I just want to know. That's why I keep it off, right? But I always say no. This is where you would do that, right? So you have the option of
I will sometimes surrender if it's just I don't trust my teammates.
It's
Can I
not,
put in my two
like-
cents?
it's not Straw Hat way. Anyways, so here on the options though, you have the option to just have to deal with the yes or no. You can automatically oppose just the first surrender. You won't even see it, or you could just auto oppose, right? And then if you have automatic opposition enabled, you can actually, if you turn this one on, you won't even see the fact that people are trying to surrender. Like, the message won't even pop up in your screen. So literally watching a game today where somebody's in a fight and they're trying to see what Ray's health gauge is at, but there's a surrender pop-up that comes in and completely blocks the HP gauge. And they're trying to get a last hit in. Oh, terrible. Just terrible, right? So, hey, options, right? We have options. All right, here's a good one too, right?
I'll put in my 2 cents real quick.
Oh, go for it.
So, I used to have first time only each match for surrender, just because I didn't really trust my teammates to not surrender.
Right.
I used to be a never surrender, even at the end type of person. Like, even if the fight was completely hopeless, I would still try not to surrender. And then I got smart. Sometimes it is hopeless, and you will never come back in the situation that you're in. Like, if you're 30 seconds left, everybody's at your own base, you don't have any points in pocket, there's no way you're coming back, right?
Right.
So you may as well. But if I will say though, if you're at 5 minutes, there's no reason to ever surrender. You should not be surrendering to 5 minutes.
Never.
No matter how bad your team is.
Never before Ray, I think.
Oh, yeah,
if there's a possibility of you stealing Ray, like, never surrender before 2.
Yeah. So,
but there's some situations that are genuinely hopeless. Like, there's some times that you just, like, no matter how much hopeful optimist you are,
right?
You know, no matter how much a carry you are, like, sometimes you are going to lose, and it's like, I don't want to waste another minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
There are times when you
have
to surrender. Yeah.
I think what Coco's getting at though is the fact that if even though he had first time only each match, and like, this is one of those, there's only 30 seconds left and we can't win, and then somebody tries to surrender for the first time, and you've got 2 people that have auto no the first time only, you're sitting out the rest of that match. You don't even get a choice in the matter. That's what. For a from a settings person, right? From a settings purpose, right? These choices are here for a reason, right? Hey, pick your poison, right? Do you want to keep hitting no? Do you want one reprieve, or do you want to get effed over and have to sit there for another minute because you got this thing on first time only? Hey,
totally.
Hey, we got choices, right? That's why we got settings, right? All right, let's talk about the boosted attack gauge, right? So, everybody knows that each Pokemon has a boosted attack, except for which Pokemon don't have boosted attack?
Psyduck, Magikarp, Latios.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some people who know what they're talking. I like it. I like it.
Alcremie.
I like
Charizard.
Alcremie.
Charizard does not have a boosted attack. That's correct. Very nice. Very nice. I like it.
Is this a coach's challenge here?
No. This is just.
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
We're at the improv here. So boosted attack gauge. Boosted attack gauge looks different for some Pokemon, right? If you have this on, which I highly suggest that you put it on. If you don't have this on, I don't know what the hell you're doing, right? But it will show you when a boosted attack is ready, right? Some Pokemon have different boosted attack gauge. If you look at Decidueye, right, it takes him his 4th auto attack is when his boosted start, and then they remain boosted until he takes too long to shoot somebody, right? But you see that how they're white and then it's yellow, that means his boosted attack is ready, right? Dragapult, on the other hand, he doesn't have a boosted gauge. He has a whole different system, right? So even if you were to turn that off where you didn't see boosted attacks, his gauge would still show, because that's not a boosted attack gauge. That's part of his passive. It's different. Okay? It's different. But, or if you're playing Outrage Dragonite, right? When you're in Outrage mode, there's only one thing. It's either red, it's yellow, or blue, depending on the separate type of boosted attack it's going to do, right? So, but if you don't have this on, right, here's what it might look like. You're just shooting at a target and you have no idea what the hell's going on. If you do have it on, boom,
you can see
boosted.
a big ball.
Bing, boom, boosted. Yeah. So, like, please turn it on. If you don't have this on, like you should know when you have a boosted ready, because boosted attacks are better than regular attacks almost all the time.
One question real quick.
Yeah.
Almost.
Does anyone know if you have the boosted attack gauge off, Mew's boosted gauge will still show? Because I know Mew is weird. Same
Well,
with Aegis Flash.
It might, and Aegis, so Aegis Slash doesn't, those aren't boosted, that's not a boosted attack gauge. Those are boosted attack stacks. They're different. They're different.
Okay, but yes, it will still show.
And Muse is which is weird because Muse is actually, so Muse, I don't know if it's based on like only the traditional ones where it's like every third or every fourth gets a thing, right? I think it's literally based on like those types will turn off and anything that's different won't turn off, like Mew, because Muse isn't based on how many regular attacks you do, it's based on how many moves you use. So yeah, it's different. Yeah, but please don't turn this off. That's just one of the very, very few suggestions I will have in this game. Everything else is up to you, but please don't turn this off. All right, so moving down, right?
I agree.
Showing cooldown decimal values. Who cares, right? Highlighting outlines for opposing Pokemons on screen edges. Keep that on, right? Because if you know what the highlighting outlines mean, it's literally like a glowing outline on the opposing Pokemon from the other team. If they are so far away from you, you can barely see them. So, like, if they just kind of, like, rub against the corner of your screen, you'll see the outline. It's a lot clearer to see. So, highly suggest keeping that one on, right? Displaying messages and cut animations, right? So, honestly, I think I'm going to turn my cut-in animation off because I don't need some fancy animation for my Unite move. I just want to fight, right? But a message when the Pokemon levels up, I think that's good because you're like, da-da-da-da, like, hey, I want to know. I want to know. So I'm going to keep that on, right? That's up to me. And again, you can reset all these to default, right? So now, here comes the good one. And this one.
Could I say one real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So on show cooldown decimal values, I actually recommend to have that one on because instead of like as your cooldown is happening, it gives you a real-time count of like 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5 instead of it just showing 1 until it's done. And so like I feel like that's, for me, I use that a lot because if it's, just 1 and I don't know if it's 1 full second or like, a fifth of a second, like that's a big difference in gameplay. Yeah. So I keep show cooldown decimal values on because it shows me more information. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's good to know.
If you look down at your cooldowns and you're less than a second, seeing a 1 compared to a 0.4, that's different. Like you'll know how much longer you have.
Exactly. That's why I keep it on so that it shows you the more information.
Yeah, and honestly, mine used to be on. I think I've reset my settings a few times and just forgot to put it back on. And I think I've just been playing the game so long that I'm so used to the cooldowns that like I don't even notice the difference anymore. But no, that's for somebody who wants to see it and like really wants to know what is the real time. That's a good call out. I like that. All right, so going to controls, right? And this is
the big one.
This is the big one, right? So. Opponent lock on priority, right? So there's a lot of different ways that your Pokemon can lock on to characters. There's some things that you cannot change, right? Like Buzzwole's Unite move, right? If you dash in an area, it doesn't care. It's always gonna lock onto the person with the lowest percent of health because it's got a 50% execute on its second hit, right? You don't get to choose that, right? However, if you're like using auto attacks or auto aiming some other attacks and you've got more than one character in range that you can attack, who is it you want to do, right? Because sometimes you just don't want to aim. Sometimes you're playing Scyther and you just want to all over the screen just by tapping, right? Do you want the lowest percent or do you want the lowest remaining value, right? Sometimes you want value, and I would say for lowest remaining value, that would be good for your auto attackers, like your Dragapults, your Decidueyes, right? You want the lowest remaining value, right? Now, something that has a really good execute, like a what is it? If you're playing Aegislash,
Pikachu.
right? Like if you're playing Aegislash or Pikachu, like, and you like, hey, I want to do the most bang for my buck, because some executes are based on missing HP, right? You want the lowest remaining HP percent because you're gonna deal the most damage. This is, or who's the closest to you, right? If you're playing Blastoise and you're just pressing buttons like and you're trying to push people away, who the hell's the closest to me? I'm gonna push that fool away from me, right? So this is something, right? This one right here, the lock-on priority, is one of those things that is going to change by the character and your playstyle. This is a very important control setting. And as I will show you later, you can actually change these during the game. Because if you're expecting to play a defender and you're trying to push people the closest, and you're like, screw it, we don't have a speedster, I'm going to go Meowscarada, let me get lowest percentage, or let me get lowest remaining because he doesn't have an execute, right? Let me get lowest remaining so I can reset my moves on the KOs, whatever. So you can actually change it in game, which is awesome, right? But that is a really really important one, right? As far as attack,
me personally,
yeah, go ahead.
Me personally, I just keep it on value, constantly. I never take it off of value, because everything that I would want percent for, I can aim. Like Pikachu Electro Ball, I can target.
Yeah. No.
The only difference there would be Aegislash.
Yeah, Aegislash is I would always go to lowest remaining percent, because man, Ching Chings are the best. Ching Ching, I love Ching Chings. Anyways, so but no, that's the every Pokemon is gonna be different and based on how the character is and how you play it. So just keep this in mind, right? That you have these three options. And that's lock on priority if you don't choose, right? You always have the option to choose. Unless, you're doing a basic attack and you're not like, oh no, you still have an option. We'll get to that later, right? All right, so attack controls, right? Let me see. So for the advanced controls, if you play on mobile, your advanced controls look like this. On the left side, default, you're missing that little button that you can see on the right. I always play advanced controls, and the only difference is you get this tiny little button where you can, if you press that, you get to attack farm instead of other people, right? If you're playing on the Switch, where is it? Oh no, I took that picture.
You passed it.
Was it there? Oh yeah, here it is. On advanced controls, right? You get a B button. You get to use the B button, and you can attack mobs. It's literally the same thing. It's just shown in a different way, right? So, bam, tap that to wild Pokemon. Boom, tap that to do wild Pokemon, right? It's all. It's different, right? If I don't understand why this isn't just the default method. It doesn't make sense to me, because if there's no other player around, and you press A, you will still attack the farm. It's a nothing burger in my mind. I don't get it, right? Anyways,
I agree with you there.
yeah, that
should be the default. Advanced control should be the default.
yeah, there shouldn't even be standard.
There's no
controls.
reason not to be.
Yeah. All right. Here's some stuff, right? Automatic basic attacks. Never have this on, because your character will just start firing, and you don't want that to happen because tall grass exists. If you are in tall grass and you attack something, guess what? You are not in tall grass anymore. You have been found. Just keep this off. Don't turn that on.
Another thing is, if you have automatic basic attacks on, you're not touching your left toggle, like you're trying not to move, you're sitting on pad healing, right? And you have automatic basic attacks on, somebody comes too close to you, your character's moving that way.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not. Your character's chasing.
Oh, I'll show you that too, right? So that's also part of the next two things, right? The in-motion pursuit distance and the in-motion pursuit mode, right? So in-motion pursuit mode, keep that shit off. highly suggested
Same reason.
you keep that shit off, right? And if you keep it off, it doesn't matter if your pursuit distance is standard or melee, because it's off, right? Because here's what happens when you have it on, right? This is me playing. If you're not familiar with how it's played on mobile, right? You can see the left thing. I'm literally trying to go left while like the attack thing is happening. Watch this. I'm trying to go left. You can see my little thumb thing going left. Watch this. Going left. No. It's literally trying to chase this thing, right? I can't do the thing I'm trying to do, which is go left. So,
I
again,
hate that.
keep
Yeah, really.
in motion pursuit mode off and keep automatic basic attacks off. And in doing so, the pursuit distance shouldn't matter, right? You don't want that annoyance. Your Pokemon should either be doing the thing that you tell it to do or the thing that you can't tell it to do because you are being stunned. You don't want it doing a third. You don't want to give it a third option.
That's crazy. That's even an option.
Let the Pokemon think for itself. Man. Pokemon have right.
Yeah. All right. Scoring controls. All right. This is a recommendation. Set it to press button so you only have to tap the button one time. That way you can just keep tapping the button in succession. That way if somebody stops you, it goes back. If you hold the button down, you don't want to sit there holding the button. Just press it once. It's fine. You'll be okay.
It's
For 50
especially
points.
useful with the stacking.
What's that?
Ooh, sometimes
It's
I want to take off
especially
the
useful
button
with
though.
stacking.
Sometimes I want to stop scoring and shoot at someone.
Yeah, if you want to stop,
Well,
yeah.
As soon
If you
move.
press,
as, soon as
if
you
you,
touch the toggle or another button, you stop. You
Oh.
stop playing.
yeah, just
Yeah.
press another button. It's fine. Yeah, you press the button, like you can be ready to do something else. If you're holding the button down, now your finger, whether you're on Switch or mobile, doesn't matter. Your finger is being used to do something, and it's not ready to do something else. Just tap it. Just give it a tap.
Gotcha.
Tap, tappy. Again, your choice. I don't. That's a whatever you want to do.
Position.
All right.
No,
So-
totally makes sense. I've been
Oh,
using
this
the
one.
Just tap it in.
All right, so. All right, so move canceling controls, right? Again, we're on mobile, right? There's two ways to do it. You can, once your finger is on a move, you can slide it up to a red X to cancel it, or you just slide it away, which doesn't make sense because most of the moves on mobile, you're sliding it in the direction that you want it to shoot. So I don't know why you would play slide away on mobile. Slide to icon
word-
makes sense.
Yeah, the
That was
worst
my
part,
thought process too.
like say Braveheart Talonflame, right?
Yeah.
Slight literally can't go too far, or else just every time.
Yeah, you slide away and you're just wasting a brave bird. Like you're not canceling it. You're wasting it, right? And then a lock on icon is cool, right? Did I put it on? Yeah, we'll do lock on icons next, right? Because they're different for the Switch and mobile. But I have both of them here. But having a lock on icon is really useful if you've never used it. It's so useful if you're not using it. I highly suggest testing it and practicing this because this is one of those small nuances in the game that will make you a better player if you get good at it, right? So, if you look at the lock on
I really
icon,
like it.
right, and your move aim settings, these are the two things, right? So you can either use the icon or the movement panel, right? If the lock on icon is set to on and your move aim settings is to icon, what's going to happen, I'll show you in the next two slides, all right? So this is on the Switch, right? What happens is when you click your right joystick in, you can actually select which Pokemon are in the area to basic attack. You can select which ones to do for your moves. Where is it? Nope, I didn't get all of them, right? But that'll pop up, right? Something similar
And
will happen.
You don't even have
Where the
you don't
hell?
even have to click your stick. You just have to tilt it.
Okay, here it is. I don't know what's in the wrong spot, right? On mobile, right? If you see the lock on icon, right? The icons just pop up. Instead of pressing your auto attack button, just tap their face. And then you'll tap their face. Get it? You literally can just choose which ones to auto attack. If you want to choose, you literally just tap their face, right? That's for the lock on icon. For the lock on, right? You literally drag your move onto the Pokemon and it will attack them. That is how your slow bros will pick people to grab, and you're like, how the hell did they get me? I was behind 4 people. They're just selecting you. It's that simple, right? If you there's a
Or if they're on Switch, they're just that good.
yeah, or they're that good, right?
It's so hard to do, though. I tried it for a while.
It's tricky, right? It's like playing Mew. Like, you got to get used to it, right? If you want to be good at it, you got to get used to it, right? But I'm telling you, like, once you get good at that, and it becomes second nature, it is a game. That is one of those game changing settings, right?
I really like Lock On Icon. I play on Switch. I really like it. It doesn't feel like a bother. It's translucent. I can see right through it.
Yep.
It also really helps for awareness, like map awareness. Sometimes if I'm not looking at my map, I can see a flicker on the side of my screen, and I'm like, oh, something's there.
Yeah.
And then I look at my map.
It's like, when did a Garchomp show up? Oh, snap! There you are. Right. So, those lock on and those are really
Okay.
yeah, those are really really good.
That's like
settings.
a goal to get at.
Say again.
That's like a goal for like my next. That's my next goal, I guess. My next amount.
There you go. That's a
Gotta
hell of a
get good
goal.
at that.
No, it's a hell of a goal.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I've tried it.
it's
I'll try it again.
it's one of those things that it's like, everything's hard, right? And then you get it to become second nature, and you're like, man, I can't believe I was playing the other way for so long. So yeah. All right, so move panel sensitivity, right? That's for your move panel sensitivity. I got a lot of shit here.
That's for your area moves, right?
Yeah. So, like, how
Is that for when you like hold L and you move and it looks
Like-
at a different place?
For Sty Shock or Rock Tomb, it's
Yeah.
how quickly it moves.
Yeah, I have mine on high, which is because, like, I want it to move as fast as humanly possible, because usually when I'm playing a Pokemon that does that, I'm playing it at the exact range of the move, so I want it to get as far as possible as fast as possible.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll lock on too. Like it'll lock on to an enemy that you don't want it to be near, and so you just want to get it away from that enemy as fast as possible
Yeah.
because you don't want it to be there.
All right. Here is the one setting that is defaulted to off that should be on, and this is the single most this is the one setting that I've absolutely taught people the most to help them get better at shooting long ranges, such as your Decidueye or your Venusaurs. Camera follows moves. This is default to off, and I don't know why. What happens? Yeah.
Actually, yeah. If you press start on it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in a PowerPoint presentation. I spent 5 hours taking screenshots today. Don't mind me. So
Yeah, no, I was just.
We're here for it, man.
Out
We're
loud.
here for it. We
Yeah,
love the
baby.
effort.
Yeah, dude, I'm here for it. I'm so excited.
dude, this is like, so if your camera is fixed in place, right? You see how on the left the camera, like, the shots off screen, like you're shooting into the wilderness, right? If you put auto follow moves, it literally, like, moves your angle to the camera where you can see the things you're shooting at the end of the rainbow. Like, why this is default to off is bananas to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, right? Camera follows moves, right? This is one of those beating the tables. If you don't have this set to on, please do. It will change your life.
It doesn't just help with ranged mages either. Like I play Crustal Rock Tomb, it helps a lot.
Yeah. Anything with any kind of range, like, if it's like, it'll just move. It'll just move. Yeah, Mimikyu. Oh my god, like, God. Yeah,
You just want to
Mimikyu.
know what's going on over there
Yeah, I just want to know what I'm
before
shooting
you
at.
do your thing.
I just want to know what I'm shooting at. Is that so hard, right? And then dash
The
aim.
only thing I wouldn't really use it with, I mean, it still works fine if it's on. It just doesn't mean anything. Is Intellion, Because if you're shooting like that, you want to be able to hold yourself in that position instead of be wobbly like that.
Yeah.
So I do the weird stick thing. I do the weird flick thing where I hold it in place
Yeah.
and then I flick it.
Oh yeah, because you're like aiming it backwards and then forwards.
Yeah, so I pan the camera, and then once I hold my snipe shot, it holds the camera in place, so I don't have to hold the button.
Yeah, I think that's a very like that one Pokemon. But yeah, there's like was
It's
it
just that one.
90% rule, right?
Listen, Elliot.
90%
And
rule.
even then, even if it's on, it doesn't mean anything
Right.
because it holds it in place anyway.
Oh yeah, true.
If you start to pan the camera, it'll hold it in place whether or not you're using the move.
Right. All right, so here we go. Next one, dash move aim follows movement direction, right? So if you have a dash move, right? If you don't choose the direction, it will just go in the direction that you're moving, right? Kind of like Triclops or whatever the hell his name is, Dodrio, right? We're just gonna attack in the direction that you were already moving, right? Cool. Now this is going to clash with some of your auto targeting things, because if you think you're just gonna dash in one direction, but somebody gets into your, your attack range, and then like all of a sudden you go backwards instead of forwards, you're like, that's not the way I was running. Listen, just be aware that this will work when it works, and it won't work when something else overrides it. So
Usually I've found that this overrides the auto target.
yeah,
If you're already moving in a direction that is away from people, I think this should override. I think usually.
that would be a great test. Huh. Okay. Let me that would be a great test. Because I don't know if it does or not. I honestly don't know.
Because like I remember playing Leafeon or Blastoise, and I'm running away, and I just push the button and I go away.
Huh.
Most of the time.
Nice. Love it. Hey, and I didn't even think to look into that, which is good. That's why I like having these classes, because all of us are smarter than any of us. Never forget. All right.
True.
So after that, the dash move follows the movement. We go to automatically lock on targets. Hey, look at that. That's the very next setting. So, are you gonna? Which one overrides? That's a really good question, right? This is
Automatically lock onto target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you talk.
Oh no, I was gonna go to minimap. Go for it.
Oh, automatically lock onto targets is that will, once you lock onto a target, it'll stay on that target. Like no matter where you move or where it moves, it'll stay on that target.
Oh, neat.
So it's not like it'll automatically go to this one. Yeah, it will, but it'll also stay on that one. I personally don't like it because I like to lead into my attacks. I don't want it to snap onto it. I like to lead into my attacks.
I notice because I play on mobile, right? All of the moves that I play, I drag it with my finger in the direction I want it to go. So I'm overriding the lock on unless I don't want to, and I'm just trying to tap my way out of danger. So I like keeping this on, but I'm not really utilizing it most of the time. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can override it on the Switch too. Like force yourself to go in a different direction than what you're automatically locked onto.
You can override it, yes. But if you get too close, it'll snap.
Oh.
It'll snap in place. And I don't like that.
Boo. Yeah. No, that's good to know because like
So turn it off.
Yeah, mine won't, right? But if you're playing on Switch, it might get buggy. So
well, when I
have an experience
getting too close is gonna be really close.
Yeah.
Like you have to like get there in order for it to start snapping. And then you can override it by going far enough away from it. But
So but if two people are close together though.
It's like your PowerPoint alignment, right?
Yeah.
Your manual PowerPoint alignment is basically what it is.
I kind of feel like it might be good for me though, because sometimes I'm looking at other stuff while I'm firing at someone and then trying to move. trying to think of a time when it would be good
I don't
for a
like it.
lock-on.
I prefer
Yeah.
I prefer manual.
Yeah. So
I prefer aiming
if
completely manually.
if you're playing on Switch and you want to test it and see if it gives you issues, go for it. I will tell you, I play on mobile and I've never had an issue with it. So, but then again, you can test it yourself. But that's what it does. It will automatically lock onto targets that are in lock on range. Oh, here's another one. Your mini map position, right? This is Switch exclusive, right? Well, sorry. Mini map position is a Switch exclusive setting. We don't get a choice on mobile. It is going to be on the upper left, and that's where it stays. On the Switch, apparently you can put it on the bottom right, but then again, all of your moves are in the center, whereas ours are on the right because we literally have to tap with our hands. So, you guys have room, we don't. But that's a you thing. Choose
I can't imagine wanting to do that.
No, because the enemy's always on the right side. You're always the left
Mhm.
team. Why would you put it on the right? That's weird. Anyways, here's another one that's Switch exclusive. Move learning controls. Right? We literally just click it with our we just click it. Right? We just touch the one we want. You guys on the Switch, you get a choice. You get a whole button combination, or you just click a single button. Right? Here's your choices. You either press your left and right directional buttons, or you do a little 3-finger combo, right? I will tell you that this is the only reason why I would want to play on the Switch is because of this and Mew. The ability to just blind click a 3-finger combo and switch moves like and just be done with it. That would be amazing. But
Rather than having to, what is it like with? How do you have to pick items on you?
on Mew, let me go to. Hold on. I'm like WASDing trying to go through a PowerPoint. It doesn't work that way. All right, so you see the icons, right? So what'll happen? What'll happen, like on your 2 move icons, right? It'll pop up, like you'll get a little pop up with 2 choices, but before that, there's like an extra button north of your Unite that you have to click for it to start going through, and then one will pop up and you'll get your 3 choices, and then once you pick one, the other one will pop up and you'll get 3 choices. And because you're blind tapping and there's no like it's not haptic feedback, it's like, yeah,
so
there's
you
no like
can't
button
be playing while you do this.
like, no, you have to, like, you're in the middle of playing, like, but you have to look at your screen or you're misclick, right? Or you have to have such perfect finger control on the device that you're doing that you can blind click it. If you have buttons, you know where like you just press buttons, like they're not
You
going
just
anywhere.
press the buttons.
Exactly.
I will say, when playing Mew, especially, just in general, this is really helpful. But when playing Mew, especially, having my back paddles programmed to the arrow buttons is very useful.
Yeah.
Because I can have one finger on the back paddle and push my other finger to my arrow button. Like if I'm going for surf or agility, I'll want to go for the bottom arrow button. But when it comes to the other 4 moves, I can just use my back paddles, and that's perfectly fine, and it works clean. It's so clean.
Yeah.
When I try to do it that way, it works so well.
Yeah. But there's no other Pokemon that I'd be like, I want to play on the Switch. So it's just Mew. So because of this, and this is and I will say that mobile players will misclick moves more often than Switch players, because the pop-up is right where, like, the pop-up for your move A, it always pops up right where your scoring button is too. So if you go to score as you level up and the thing pops up, I was trying to score. I don't know how many times that's happened. It's terrible. It's terrible. So yeah, advantage Switch on this one, no doubt. But you have 2 different ways to learn your moves. Really, it's up to you.
I've been doing the single button, but the problem is that requires me to take my thumb off of the move joystick to hit the button, which sometimes is a problem. So I might switch to button combination, because that's like an L and press it with your right thumb.
And it makes sense, right? You never want to stop moving in this game. So no, that makes sense.
I will say, if you're using a Procon or attached Joy-Cons, like if you're playing handheld, it's a lot harder to do this. But if you're playing docked with a Procon or something, then you do have enough reach to move your right thumb over to your arrow button, so that you don't have to move your left hand.
Good call.
And I do that all the time. I don't know how many times I've done that. I
You
just
just, like,
move my right hand
you just
over.
take your right hand and
I've
hit a
got long
hit a
thumbs
left
over
button. Nice.
If you're playing handheld, it doesn't really work as well because you have the whole screen to go over.
And you'll
So
like
kind of
drop
sets
half the
itself up.
switch. You'll like half the switch will drop because.
No. Hilarious.
Good times. All right. So
I
that's
can't count the number of games I've lost because I've dropped the Switch on the ground
yeah. All right.
trying to
So
reach over.
I'm sticking with switch settings because there's a lot of stuff in the control in the actual controls thing that's different, right? So your mini map hidden and your mini map shown, right, on your camera sensitivity, right? That is some oddly specific switch things, right? For if you're playing on mobile, you literally just put your finger on the right half of the screen anywhere and you just drag the screen. And you get one option how fast you want to do it, right? So apparently the Switch has two different sensitivities, whether your minimap's hidden or being shown, on how your camera's, how sensitive your camera's going to be. Listen, this
It's
is
all the same. You want it all on high.
yeah, crank it on high. Just whip that camera on, baby, right? And then aim assist, right? I don't have aim assist. I never even heard of aim assist until I started making this class, right? So here are the three different things, right? So you get three types of aim assist. You get smart assist, you get sensitivity assist, and you get no assist. And that is your three choices, right? But in each of the first two, there's little subcategories that are based on distance, right? Your aim assist for valid angles, which are directional moves, right? I have no idea what this means. I don't know what a 25 is. I don't know what high and low is, right? For invalid angles, right? What is the difference between a valid angle and an invalid angle? Yeah. So, these are some settings, like literally, like I'm trying to finish this class and I open up this can of worms. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is all about, right? So, I think Smart Assist is one of those things where if you're a Switch player, it is literally going to try and correct your angles of your moves and try and fix them for you. So, if you feel like the game is doing stuff and you're like, why is this game doing stuff? You might want to check your aim assist, Switch players, right? So, if you notice, there's 4 settings you can switch on your Smart Assist, right? If you change it from Smart Assist to Sensitivity Assist, you only get 3. And then you can just say, I am so good at pressing buttons, I'm just going to put it off. And you don't even get any of those options, right? Because it's off. So you're either Smart Assist, your Sensitivity Assist, or your assist is off, right? If you feel like the Switch is doing too much for you, you might want to check these settings. Cool?
I like to just keep mine off.
Who
I
would
don't want to mess with
who
all
would
those
use
numbers.
I don't know.
I don't want to mess with it.
I don't know, and I don't know what the default is. I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm literally
Like-
I'm taking screenshots off my 5-year-old's account. I have no idea what's going on with these.
No, they're crazy. It is like that. I'm on the Switch right now on the option screen, and it is exactly as you're showing.
Yeah.
It is exactly like that. But I'm struggling to imagine the person that would be utilizing the like sensitivity of their invalid angles.
I
What-
feel like
on their
if you're
Smart
to the point
Assist.
where you're able to understand how these aim assists work, you're to the point where you don't need the aim assist.
I don't feel like I'm at the point where I understand how they work, and I still don't feel like I need them.
Or and
Exactly, that's my point.
some people have like physical and mental issues where like they have it gives them dexterity problems. So this might
okay.
be something to help them out. I don't know. I don't know. But does anybody know what
like
the default?
an
What's the default?
accessibility.
What's the default? Is the default off?
I
Mine is
don't
off,
know.
but I think I might have turned it off.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. So I might just switch
It might
everything
be
to default
sensitivity.
because again, this is my 5-year-old's account, and I don't think he understands any of the differences. So, yeah,
But yeah, just
Set all
for
to default, see what happens.
the camera
Press it.
sensitivity.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'll figure it out. All right.
Just for a second, can we go back to camera sensitivity? I feel like we breezed over that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's so this is Switch specific, right? Your camera sensitivity, you can have it set to different levels on whether or not your mini map is hidden or shown at the moment, right? Whereas on the
I
Switch,
never have my mini map shown really.
yeah, so
Like you have to press a special button, and it kind of fucks me up every time I do it. So
Yeah.
I just have it off.
whereas when I play on mobile, I I either have a small mini map or a big mini map, right? I always have the mini map. That's it. I just always have a mini map. It's either a small version or a big
The
version.
minimap hidden is the minimap small.
Oh,
like,
okay.
On the Switch, it says minimap hidden, but it's always shown. It's just a little square in the upper left.
Okay.
Minimap
Yeah.
shown, it's like it takes up more than half of
Same
your
thing as
screen.
mobile.
Yeah.
Same
So
thing as mobile.
So yeah, but for these settings on the Switch specifically, you get two different camera sensitivities when you're moving your camera around. So you can have two different sensitivities if you want. You can change them. You can have them both high. I believe it was Coco say he just keeps them both at high, so that
Yeah.
you can whip the camera
I-
around.
I'm afraid to turn it
Yeah,
all the way up.
if
I
I'm-
turned mine.
If I'm on bot path and I want to see if top Reggie's being hit, I want to see that in less than 4 years, please.
Oh yeah, I've seen the
It does
slow
take
version.
a while to get up there, yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah. So yeah, okay, good with that one.
But I want to be able to control it.
Yeah,
I don't know, I turned mine to 12.
Being able to quickly go back and forth between the two different pads. Like if you're in lane and you're trying to look at like if you're on pad trying to heal and you're looking at birds,
Yeah.
you want to be able to go back and forth pretty quick. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a fight on pad and birds are up, you need to be able to see.
Yeah, well,
Right?
I have a problem on mobile because if you're not familiar with mobile, like the entire right half of the screen, you can literally just touch it anywhere and just move your map around, except for where your buttons are for your moves and your auto attacks or whatever, right? So if you're
Yeah.
scrolling your thumb from the top of the screen down, it doesn't matter where you start. You can go all the way to the bottom. So if I'm in the top lane and I want to see what's bottom lane, it's super easy. But if I'm in the bottom lane and I want to see what's going on in top lane, I can't start
It's a little more difficult.
I can't start my finger low enough because there's other things in the way, and if I don't have it at the absolute highest setting, I'm not making it up there. I'm just not making it up there.
And even then, sometimes I don't make it up there either.
True. Yeah,
Like-
same here.
Then again, I haven't played as much on mobile, and so I don't know the sweet spot.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah. So
I don't think there is one.
there's not. I just keep my settings jacked as high as I can, so and you get used to it. So that's just me though. You can put yours at whatever hey, whatever's best for you, Fred. I don't know. But all right. So now we're back on mobile, right? So on mobile, you get the lock on icon and the move aim settings, and we showed that, right? Again, if you're playing mobile and you're not doing this, oh man, it's so good. It's so good. The auto follow moves, right? Automatically lock onto targets. These are all the same things that we talked about on the Switch. On the camera sensitivity, this is where it's different on mobile, right? Camera movement, you could just turn it off. You could do something called a movement panel, or you can just slide it, right? When I'm talking about the whole right half of the screen is the slide, that's what I'm talking about. The movement panel is its own weird thing. I don't recommend it. It's janky, right? It's basically
I'm
like
curious as to what it is, though.
it's like I can show you in a bit because I'm actually going to go on the phone and show some of these things here in a sec. So, but the I'll show you the camera movement on it. But the camera sensitivity, I don't know why mine's at 0.77. It should have been at high. I think maybe that was one of the ones that got reset to default when I was purging. But yeah, that's where that is. There's your auto lock on. Will automatically snap to and continuously follow the targets in range, right? Again, like that's an option that I have that on, and I only snap to the targets if I want to, if I'm lazy, because I know when it's gonna do it and it's not. But usually I'm dragging my dash moves in the direction I want them to go, so it will override the auto lock on setting for me on mobile.
Some moves, though, the thing is, some moves like Blastoise Surf are going to be too slow, and they'll be able to walk away from it. You want to lead into it instead of just being in the middle.
Exactly. And that's why, even though I have lock on, I take my thumb and I put it on the move and I slide it in the direction I want it to go, and it doesn't snap back and lock on. If I just tap it,
This is the same
it'll lock on.
as Switch. Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't spent enough time with that setting on to actually know a whole lot about it. I just leave it off because
Yeah,
I don't need it.
yeah. I leave it on because I know there's sometimes I just want to, I just like tap and be done with it.
Hmm.
Especially like when I'm really close and like for surf, for instance, like if you're standing right next to me, I'm just tapping the button because it's quicker for me to tap than it is to slide. But if somebody's walking and I need to, I need to put that, what do they call it, the Kentucky windage on there, you know.
The Kentucky windage? I haven't heard of that.
Oh, it's a shooting term. Yeah, but no, like you wanna
It's
aim,
hilarious.
you wanna lead your target. So
But yeah,
Yeah.
when I'm using a move, 99% of the time, I will have my thumb on the right stick.
yeah,
99% of the time.
Hmm.
That's just me though.
yeah. If you
I've been
have your
trying to
finger,
train myself to do that.
yeah, if you have your thumb on the stick and it snaps back, that's the interesting thing I'd like to know. Just because I don't play on Switch, so I wouldn't know. But I do know, like, for me, even though auto lock on is always on for me, it never locks on because I'm always sliding. So, good questions. What's this bird doing? Oh, he's changing his settings in the middle of the game. That's dope. Good job, bird.
What?
Yeah. You can do this in the game, right? So, I don't know if you see it on the very top right-hand corner of my screen. You see that little settings thing? I can literally
Are
just...
you doing this right now?
No, this is a video I took earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so game started. I
Um,
just open up my settings. You can literally change your settings in the middle of the game. I saw Turk doing it earlier too while I was watching them play. He was
Ooh.
playing with Illusion. Yeah.
It's always changing his settings.
On
Yeah.
Switch, you can do it with the minus
Yeah.
button on Switch.
Yeah.
You can change your settings mid-game, and I'm telling you, like that
What a
one.
goofy strategy.
Yeah, where's that one? The in controls, the lock-on priority. Bam! If you want to change that mid-game, just do it. Right, but all
I think
your
the only
important
time
stuff.
I've done that. I think the only times that I've done
Oh.
that is when I'm playing Scyther,
Yeah,
because Scyther for me,
so good.
it's a really tight window for me to be able to hit that, and I haven't practiced it enough to actually use it effectively.
Mm.
So I'll turn on my lock on when I'm playing Scyther to try and be as effective as I can.
No, it's good, right? So if you notice what I did when I started the class, right? I did all the bottom stuff first, right? And we focused on the top three: the system settings, the controls, and the battle info, right? Those were the most important things.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Those are the
Get
big
back.
ones.
No, I went too far. Ay, ay, ay.
Mm.
Swap and hide. Alright, am I still streaming it? Or did it die?
Streaming did.
What's that?
Your YouTube stream drop, or not YouTube, your Discord stream dropped.
That's what I
Checking
figured.
your YouTube stream.
Okay.
That's okay. Nate, invite me again.
There we go. Alright, should be back up. Alright. Alright, we back on Discord? Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so
Hello.
the reason I kept battle info, system settings, and controls to last is because not only are they the most important, but if you notice, bird is the word. If you notice, look at the ones you can change in game: system settings, controls, battle info, and audio, because they got to give you audio. If you look at the ones we waited till last: system settings, controls, battle info, right? Because they are the most important for the actual gameplay. And they let you change it in game. Just do it, right? Love it. All right, so that is the end of the slideshow. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find a way to stream my phone on the Discord, but I'm going to end the YouTube because I can't do YouTube and Discord at the same time through my Chromecast. So, anyone watching on YouTube, thanks for coming by. Bye!